looked round. Yvette was out of breath, her cheeks flushed. She fumbled in her bag, produced her badge, and showed it to the receptionist. Frieda saw that her hands were trembling. The receptionist took the badge and examined it closely, as if it might be a prank. Finally, she gave a sigh. "Through the door on the far side of the waiting room and ask there. Is this woman with you?" "Sort of," said Yvette. "Please take her with you." "Nobody knows anything," said Yvette. She pushed open a swing door out of the waiting room and the two women almost collided with the uniformed officer. "Is Carlson here?" said Frieda. The young man looked at Frieda in puzzlement, and Yvette held out her badge. "How is he?"
"Not well."
"Is he in danger?"
"Danger?" said the officer. "He's along there, in the cubicle at the end."
Frieda and Yvette walked past the other cubicles. From one came the sound of a woman sobbing. They reached the final cubicle, screened with a blue curtain. Yvette looked at Frieda questioningly. Frieda pulled the curtain back. All at once, Frieda saw a young female doctor and, on the bed, Carlson, half sitting up, in his white shirt, his tie, and the trousers of his suit, with one side cut almost away to reveal a bruised and swollen leg. "I thought," Frieda began, "we thought—"
"I've broken my fucking leg," said Carlson.
"They've got him," said Yvette. "He's in custody. He'll pay for this."
"Pay for what?"
Carlson glared at them both.
"I fell over. He started to run and I started to run and tripped over a broken paving stone. It's the sort of thing you get up from and brush yourself down and keep on running. But it turns out I'm an old, useless fucking idiot. I fell, and I heard it like a stick snapping."
"Yvette phoned me," said Frieda. "We thought it was something terrible. I mean, really terrible."
"What does this look like?"
Carlson looked at the young doctor.
"Tell them. It's a fractured what?"
"Tibia and fibula," said the doctor.
"There's going to be an operation," said Carlson, "with nails and screws."
"We're waiting for the consultant. He should be on his way." "Does it hurt?" said Yvette.
"They gave me something. It's strange. I can still feel the pain, but I don't care about it."
There was a pause.
Carlson looked down at his bruised shin. Frieda could see now that it wasn't quite straight. "It's going to be weeks, months."
The doctor looked embarrassed. "I'm going to see what's happened to the consultant," she said. She pushed her way through the curtain and they were left alone. "Can we get you something to eat or drink?" asked Yvette. "Better not," said Frieda, "not if they're going to operate." When Carlson next spoke, he sounded woozier, slurred, as if the drugs were taking hold.
"This is all your fault."
"Me?" said Frieda. "I haven't seen you for weeks."
"You got me reinstated," he said. "You and your friend Levin. If you hadn't done that, I'd be safely at home."
"I don't think it's exactly—" Frieda began, but Yvette interrupted her. "Who's Levin?"
"Frieda was going to jail," said Carlson. "You know, and I was going to be disciplined or fired or arrested or all three. The reason none of this happened is that a man called Levin appeared."
"From the Met?" asked Yvette. "I don't think we're supposed—" began Frieda, but Carlson interrupted.
"Oh, no, not him."
"Home Office?"
"He never said. He was keen on Frieda, interested, but he never said why."
"He said I owed him, but I don't know what that means."
"It's dangerous," said Carlson, "owing someone a favor. I've sat across the table from people who said, 'I was just doing it for a friend.' I'd point out that they'd killed someone and they'd say, 'But I owed him,' as if that was a defense."
He sank back on the bed. The effort seemed to have tired him.
"So you haven't heard from him?"
"I didn't say that. In fact, he recently left a couple of messages on my voicemail." He'd left 4, asking her in an amiable voice to call him as soon as she could. "I haven't got back to him yet." Carlson didn't seem to be paying attention.
"The doctor talked about screws and bolts in my leg."